So on the date of March 18th, we're going to be getting the next FOMC meeting, otherwise known as the Federal Reserve meeting. Now, the reason that we care so much about this is because of the interest rate decision that will be coming out and how all of that impacts our money and our finances. Now, at the end of the day, it's not just about a little announcement that comes out and says, oh, we're cutting interest rates by 25 basis points or 1/4%, or we're holding interest rates steady and we're going to keep them right where they are. Yes, all of that is important, but at the end of the day, if you're anybody that is floating a balance on a credit card, which a lot of us are, we have well over $1 trillion in credit card debt in this country collectively. So I think a lot of us, me included, by the way, I'm not saying that I'm not, floating balances on credit cards. So when these interest rates come down, it's actually pretty important because it directly impacts how much money we pay in interest. And if you're anything like me, I just cringe every single month when I go to look at the credit card, make a little payment, and it's like, oh, all this money wasted on interest. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me, right? It's a lot. It adds up very, very fast, especially when the interest rate is, say, 21 or whatever percent it is right now. I'm not even sure what it's at right now on credit cards. Again, it's all variable across the board, but something like 21.25% or something. It's nuts, right? It's a lot of money to be wasting every single month on interest. But it's not just about credit cards. It's about like auto loans or adjustable rate mortgages or lines of credit, or basically if you have any money floating on any type of debt instrument that has an adjustable or a variable interest rate, well, it's all impacted by this decision that comes out from the Federal Reserve. Now, they have their meeting once every 6 weeks. The last meeting was the very end of January. Okay, that was a very important meeting as well. They all are. But now this next one comes out March 18th. It's a 2-day meeting, and they wrap that up kind of like the middle of the day or so. On the 18th is when it comes out, which will be initially the interest rate decision, as in, what are they going to do? Are they going to pause? Are they going to cut interest rates again? Are they going to possibly increase interest rates? That is still an option. A lot of people don't realize that that is one of their options they could do, especially with inflation that we've seen moving up a little bit, or at least not coming down to the 2% target or range that they actually want to be at. So that would be an option as well. And then again, how it impacts our money, our benefits, and our finances, at the end of the day, very important. Now, another thing I want to point out as well, the current chairman of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, is going to be there for 2 more meetings. This next meeting coming up on the 18th, as well as a meeting at the very end of April. Other than that, these are the last 2 meetings with Jerome Powell. Then he gets replaced in May. He's out of there in May. Okay, so 2 more meetings here with Jerome Powell, and then he's going to be replaced with the new chairman of the Federal Reserve, who will take place kind of in the middle of May. And then at that point, we are anticipating interest rates to likely come down significantly faster after that, based on some of the commentary that we've heard and kind of some of the stances as far as what the administration wants and the pick for the Federal Reserve chair and just all of that information. So we will see. I wouldn't be shocked at all, just saying this, I wouldn't be shocked if they pause these next 2 meetings and they do nothing with interest rates. They hold interest rates right where they are and they just pause, and then the new chairperson will come in and, well, maybe lower interest rates significantly faster. We will see. But at the end of the day, again, another little aspect, something else directly impacting our money, our benefits, our finances. And again, if you're anything like me, I like to watch all of these details. I like to watch the inflation numbers. I like to watch the announcements out of the Fed, simply because, for the reason I shared a little while ago, floating balances on credit cards, which is obviously the most common right now. Obviously, there's a lot of people floating balances on mortgages and auto loans and student loans and all of these other things as well. Lines of credit, again, it just goes on and on. But floating balances on credit cards is a very common thing. Like I said, well over $1 trillion in credit card debt that we have collectively across this country. If people are not paying down the balances every single month, that means floating balances on cards, and that means paying interest rates that are huge, 18, 20, 25%, whatever it happens to be. But that's huge, and that's a lot of interest that is being paid. So when they bring these interest rates down just a little bit, it helps keep a little more money in our pocket. And I think we can all probably agree, every single dollar counts right now. At least I would say so. Every single dollar counts right now.